Hey everyone, welcome to Calvary Kids Live. My name is James and I'm going to be spending some time with you today. First of all, I want to say Happy Easter. You guys have made it. Easter is one of my favorite holidays, and today we're going to be talking about why it's so important. It's something more than just the Easter egg hunts and the chocolate bunnies, and it's about Jesus. And so today we're going to be talking a little bit about that, but here's what you can expect today no matter where you're watching from, a phone or a tablet or maybe on your TV. I want you to participate and engage. So if I ask you a question, I need you to respond, and we're going to be playing some games together. So we're going to start by playing some games, and then we're going to go into a time of worship. We're going to sing one song together. Don't worry, it is super easy and very catchy. I really like it. And then we're going to spend some time, we're going to dive into the Bible and read a little bit from an action storybook Bible, kind of like a comic book. And then we're going to hear from my friend Carl, and Carl's pretty crazy. He loves Jesus, and we're going to be spending a little time kind of talking about the Easter story together. So like I promised, let's start right now with a game called Easter egg hunt. I love Easter egg hunts. It's one of my favorite things, and I love getting those Reese eggs, those chocolate peanut butter eggs. They are so good. So here's how we're going to play. It's pretty simple. You're going to see a picture come up, and you're going to have to count how many eggs you see. I'm going to be playing alongside you with all these games. I'm going to try to give you some time to be able to try to find out how many there are, but you will see that there is a couple different eggs. I can't tell you how many there are because I don't even know. So let's get this started with the first one. All right, so here we are. Looks like we're, a little traffic. Okay, so let's start counting. We only have like 20 seconds. So let's go 1, 2, 3. I see a bunch in the grass down there. Make sure you count all those. 5, 6, 7, 8. Looks like there's a couple on the cars. We got 9, 10. My screen's pretty small, so I'm seeing that there's one on the power line. I think 11, and then 12, 13. A couple on the cactuses. I don't know if you guys see any. Am I missing any? It looks like I think there might be. Okay, I think my final guess is going to be 13. Maybe you guys see more or less than I do, but let's see what the answer comes down to be. Oh, it's 14. I missed one. I missed the one hiding on the little traffic line. I couldn't see it from my angle. Okay, let's go to the next one. So it looks like I am down, losing. I lost the first one, but I'm ready to come back and get the second one. Okay. Oh, this one's even harder because it looks there's so many little hiding spots. Okay, I see one on the cashiers. See one on the cashiers, the checkout counter. I see some up by those boots. Okay. There's some hanging in those clothes, one in that bag. All right, how many do you guys think you see? I'm going to give you 5 more seconds, and I need you to shout it out. Shout it out right now if anyone else is watching with you. I want them to know that you are going to get this answer right. So we go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The answer was 7. So there was one hiding in that bag, one hiding under the little stand, shopping cart, a couple up by those clothes in the top corner. All right, let's get the next one going. We are here at a pet store. Okay, same thing. I promise. The camera that you see me in, I'm not blocking any. We made sure of that. So, okay, I see one on the dog. Okay, there's one on the dog. I think, is that a big one next to that cat? It looks like it might be. And then we see some in the birds. Okay, count them up. I'm going to give you 5 more seconds to find them all, and then we're going to see how you guys did. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The answer was 7. I don't know if you guys all found all of them. I didn't. There's the ones that kind of look like seaweed hiding in the fish tank. Those were some pretty hard ones. Okay, but now we're going to head over to this next game that we're going to play, and it is called Nailed It, Failed It. Nailed It or Failed It. Here we are. Oh, this is a good game. It's pretty self-explanatory. You're going to be seeing some cats trying to make some jumps, and we're going to see if they nailed it or failed it. Okay, so let's go to this first one. All right, we see this cat coming around the corner. Where's he trying to jump? Is he going to make that jump? That looks pretty far. I don't know, guys. So if you think they're going to nail it, I'm going to need to see a thumbs up, or say that you think they're going to nail it. If you didn't think they're going to fail, I need to see a big thumbs down. I am not too excited about this first one. I really don't think that they're going to be able to make it. It's going to be a hard one. I'm going to say they're going to fail it. I don't know if they're going to be able to make this jump. I haven't seen these videos yet, so we'll see. I don't know, this cat does not look very athletic. I saw that coming. If you saw it coming, give yourself a point, because I did not have very high hopes. Let's go on to the next one. We're going to see a cat. Looks like they're, what are they, on a van? Trying to jump to the roof? I don't know, guys. That seems like a bigger jump than the last cat, but it's hard to know because some cats are a little more athletic than others, so I genuinely have no idea whether or not they're going to make this one. So give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down. I'm not going to guess on this one. I want you guys to guess. Let's get this video rolling. Let's see. It's slow motion, and it Oh my goodness, it barely made it. Wow, who was recording that? Is that their cat? I would not want my cat to be making these jumps. All right, on to the next one. Looks like that's a pretty easy jump, just up to the top. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. This cat looks pretty athletic. Looks pretty lean. I kind of like the way that this cat looks. So I'm going to give this one a thumbs up. I think it can really be able to do it. I'm really feeling it. Yep, yeah, it made it. Oh, it just has to pull itself up. Oh no, it's going to Lion King right off that thing. No, it's losing its grip. Oh, it failed. It looked like it had it. It was so close. It just needed to pull itself up, and it waited too long. All right, guys, I am not doing a super good job. All right, let's do a couple more. Let's see, what's this one? Where's this cat jumping? I don't even know where this cat's trying to jump to. Is it trying to jump onto that counter? Trying to jump onto that cabinet, it looks like? It looks like it got pretty good jump off. Looks like it had some pretty good power. So again, thumbs up if you think if it's going to happen. Thumbs down if you don't think it's going to happen. Let's see where we're at. Oh, it's making it. I think it's making it. What? Wait. It just ran right into the wall. It wasn't even close. All right, let's do one more. Oh, this is a big cat. This is a Chungus cat. I don't know if this cat's gonna make it. I don't think it's gonna. I don't know. That's a big cat, guys. All right. I don't know. I need a little help from you guys. What are you guys thinking? Sway me, because I'm not feeling it. This is a big cat, and big cats, I don't know if they can move. I don't know if they can move like that. Okay, let's get it going. Let's see. What? It made it? Oh my goodness, these cats are something else. Hey, well, thank you guys for playing Nailed It or Failed It. We will probably play this game again next week because cat videos are all over the internet. It's so easy to find cats making all the brave stunts. All right, so thanks guys for playing that game. We're going to enter into a time of worship. We're going to sing this one song together. And again, if you don't know this song, it's super catchy. It's really easy to get the hang of. And so if you start hearing it, jump in, do it. I'm going to stand up and dance. I need to let some energy out before we kind of get into the story for the day. So let's spend some time in worship and let's have a good time.
Say his name, watch the darkness slip away. Put your power on display. Say goodbye to fear and shame. We won't stop coming after you. We won't move until you move. Come and do what only you can do. Come and do what only you can do. We won't stop coming after you. We won't move until you move. Come and do what only you can do. Come and do what only you can do. Move.
Well, guys, I hope that you liked that song. I think that song is so catchy, and I think it's super fun. I got some energy out. I'm feeling real good. But we're going to go into this time of kind of getting into a little bit of a Bible story. But today we're going to start with a special Bible story. So I personally love comic books. I grew up reading a ton of Spider-Man comic books, and that is the way that I love to read. And so we're going to start by kind of reading the story called The Sealed Tomb. And so I'm going to show you what this looks like right now. As you can see, it says based on Matthew 27, and then based on John and Luke. And you might be like, James, those are just names. I don't really know why we're reading from a story that is starting with these names. Well, you see, these are some people that spent a ton of time with Jesus. And so this is actually their perspective. So in the Bible, we have 4 different people that spent a ton of time with Jesus that just wrote their stories about what they remember of what that encounter looked like. And so it talks about different things that they did, different miracles Jesus did, different times that Jesus talked to people. And sometimes they even told some of the same stories from different perspectives. And so it says at the top here, it's based on these 3 different stories from 3 different people. So it kind of combined all the different things from these different stories, and that's the story that we're going to be reading today. So as you can see, it starts here and it says, reverently Joseph takes the body of Jesus from the cross. Nicodemus helps Joseph wrap the body in linen cloth and place it in Joseph's garden tomb. The next day, the chief priests and the Pharisees go to Pilate, and they say, Jesus said that after 3 days he would rise from the dead. Give the orders for your soldiers to seal the tomb. We don't want Jesus' disciples to steal his body and claim that that Jesus rose from the dead. So Pilate, he's kind of one of the government officials of the day, and he says, take the soldiers you need and set up a guard until after the 3rd day. So at the bottom there it says, so the tomb is sealed with a heavy stone and the Roman soldiers stand guard. So as we can see, we see these 3 people on the left. They are some religious leaders, and they hated Jesus, and because they hated the message that he said, and Jesus talked a lot about him being the one coming to fulfill these things that God said would happen. And so the Pharisees saw them as a threat, and so they tried to convince the government, hey, if Jesus is a threat to us, that means he's also a threat to you. And so now we see this picture of all these soldiers standing by they're guarding the tomb, and then these Pharisees, those 3 religious leaders, are there again, and they say, that's the last we'll hear about this man who calls himself the Son of God. And we all know, because of Easter, this is what this day is all about. We know that's not where the story ends. And we see this giant earthquake, and it says, before the sun can rise on Sunday morning, the earth suddenly shudders violently. And then angel of the Lord rolls the heavy stone aside. The soldiers fall to the ground in terror when the earthquake subsides. They flee back to the city. So all of these people, they are terrified in this moment. And so we see here, it says, at dawn the morning, Mary Magdalene and other friends of Jesus hurry to the tomb. Now that the Sabbath is over, they want to put spices on Jesus' body for a proper burial. They wonder who will help them move the stone, but when they reach the garden, they exclaim and they say, the tomb is open. You can imagine their shock when they see that this tomb has already been opened, and they think someone has probably stolen the body. So it says Mary runs back to Jerusalem to tell Peter and John that someone has stolen Jesus' body, and the other women go in the tomb and they find an angel seated there. And so this angel says to them, he says, don't be frightened. Jesus is risen. Go and tell his disciples. And disciples is just a name for some of those characters we talked earlier, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, some of them that have been writing these different perspectives. So these are just the people that, again, have spent some time with Jesus. That's these disciples. And so we can go on. The story continues, and it says, when Peter and John hear Mary's news, they race to the tomb so that they can see it for themselves. Only burial clothes are here. What does that mean? Then the other says, he rose from the dead. He said he would, but we didn't believe him. So Jesus was dropping some hints throughout his life that this was going to happen, and people didn't really understand or even believe that he could do that. And so it says, by the time Mary returns to the garden, the others have gone. She stands outside the tomb crying, and someone speaks to her. Why are you crying? And Mary responds, and she says, if you have taken Jesus' body, will you please tell me where you put it? Tenderly, Jesus speaks Mary's name, and she recognizes his voice. Master, she says. And then says, Jesus' friends are not the only ones to hear the news. The guards from the tomb go straight to the priest to tell them what happened, alarmed. The priests don't want anyone to hear the truth, so they come up with a devious plan. Here, take this money. Tell the people that Jesus' disciples stole his body while all of you were asleep. And because they didn't want anyone to believe, they didn't want to start a revolution, and they didn't want it to explode and find out that Jesus actually raised from the dead. So they started this lie. And so it goes on to say, while the soldiers spread the lie, Jesus joins two of his followers as they're traveling. He keeps them from recognizing him, and he explains what the scriptures said about his own death. So he's kind of making the story come clear, kind of help them realize the things that he said. Like, hey, all these things that I said were pointing to this moment, and you guys didn't understand it, but now you do. The prophets said that Christ would have to suffer before he could be the savior of the world. So it goes on to say he eats with them in Emmaus. When Jesus blesses the bread and hands it to his followers, they suddenly recognize who he was. Jesus, they say, and just as suddenly Jesus vanishes from their sight. So this is kind of a cool way to be able to read the Bible. Again, it's called the Action Story Bible, and it takes all the different perspectives, all the different stories from the Bible, and kind of connects them together into one really, really cool comic book. And so over the next couple weeks, we're going to be spending some time, we're going to be sharing some stories again from this Action Storybook as before we get into the story. So we're going to have our friend Carl kind of share with us a little bit. I think he's joined today by his friend Vanessa, and they're going to be talking a little bit about why Easter's so important. So I'm going to be here for just a little longer, and then I'm going to be gone for a couple minutes, but don't worry, I will be back with you after my friend Carl shares the story. So let's see what he's got for us today.
Hi there, little chicken nuggets. It's me, Carl.
And
welcome to Grow TV.
Welcome to Grow TV, everyone. I will see you in just a couple minutes. I'm going to be watching along with you. I'll see you soon.
Hosted by Carl, where we have fun with our friends, talk about Jesus, and go over everything the Bible has to offer. Now once again, welcome to Grow TV.
Hello and welcome there, kiddos. Welcome to Grow TV. Hope you all are doing well. I just want to start off by introducing someone special, Mr. Knuckles. So say hello, Mr. Knuckles. Hello, everybody. I would say it's good to see you, but I don't have real eyes. You're so funny, Mr. Knuckles. What's up? You alright, Vanessa? Oh, sorry, that's my bad. Let's say hello to my real friend, Vanessa. Hello! Say hello! Say hello. Don't be rude, guys. Say hello.
I don't think they can hear you.
Oh, really? Well, okay. Say hello to Vanessa!
No, because they're watching on a screen.
Oh, got it. Sorry.
No worries. Thanks for having me, Carl. I'm super happy to be here.
And we're happy to have you.
What's that?
I haven't heard that sound in ages. That means we got some super secret mail.
Super secret mail? What does that mean?
It means exactly that. The piece of mail's super secret. So close your eyes.
Wait, what?
Super secret mail only shows up when you close your eyes super tight.
Okay.
Wow! Super secret mail.
Wow.
Told you. Now let's see what's in here. I have no idea what's in here. Whoa! This is earth-shattering.
What did it say?
I can't believe this. Why? Who? How? What? Ah!
Are you gonna tell me?
I can't. It's super secret. And even if I were to tell you, I can't. Because it's super secret. And the message would freak you out.
Just let me look. What?
I told you.
I'm kidding. I already knew this. Did you not know?
Of course not. And I doubt you did either.
Of course I did. It's in the Bible, Carl.
Excuse me?
I mean, come on. It's the big thing in the Bible. Open up your Bible, Carl, to the book of Mark, chapter 16.
It's talking about how the two Marys and Salome went and bought spices to visit the place where Jesus was buried. Now, what kind of spices do you think they bought? Cayenne pepper? Smoked paprika? Or maybe something like Tony's Cajun?
Well, I can safely say it wasn't any of those. It was a spice people used to honor the people they loved in those times.
Oh, that makes more sense. It says that they went to the tomb and the big rock in front of the tomb was rolled away? Wait a second. Wasn't it supposed to be covered?
Yes, sir. But that day was a whole lot more different than any other. You see, there was a man sitting there in a white robe where Jesus' body should have been laying.
What? Jesus wasn't there? Somebody moved the body?
Keep reading.
It says the ladies were alarmed, but the man said they shouldn't be. He said Jesus was risen?
Keep reading.
Okay, then the man told them that they needed to tell the disciples that Jesus has risen up and that he is headed to Galilee, just like Jesus had said before. What in the world?
Told you so.
How in the world did I never know this? My whole life I've lived not knowing that Jesus rose from the dead?
No way, Carl. You've known about this for a while.
What are you talking about? I can never forget such an important thing.
You always said that you're a pretty forgetful guy. Don't you remember always saying that?
Oh, yeah, you're right. Okay. It's just that I've loved Jesus my whole life because I know how good he is and how much he loves me. But I forgot how much. I mean, he died.
Yes.
And then he rose again.
Yes, again.
It's so unbelievable that I forgot.
What do you mean?
Well, we forget amazing things all the time. The fact that we can make noises with our mouth and people can understand. The fact that we're living on a giant rock that's floating through a huge amount of space. And that the Son of God died for us and rose 3 days later. All because he loves us. How awesome is that?
It's very awesome. It's very easy to take all these wonderful truths for granted because they've always been there. I'm so glad we had this super secret mail to remind us today. Because really, this message shouldn't be super secret. We should tell everybody.
I agree. I love what that piece of mail said. Wait, I forgot what it said. What did it say?
It says Jesus overcame death.
Oh, that's right. That's awesome. Not only is that great news, but that's our big idea. Today's big idea is Jesus overcame death.
So let's say it out loud to the count of 3. 1,
2,
3.
Jesus
overcame death!
Yeah! He sure did. Right?
Right.
Right. Well, I learned a lot today.
I'm glad. Oh, look. I found another envelope.
Oh, really? What does it say?
It says there's something on Carl's sweater.
Huh? I don't see. Oh.
Gotcha. See you next week, kids.
Yeah, whatever. Vanessa.
Thank you for watching, and tune in next week for a new episode of Road TV.
Hey everyone, I hope that you had a great time. I think that is an amazing message to be able to remember, that Jesus overcame death. And that is the biggest news of all time. And that's why Easter is so important. That's why we celebrate Jesus dying on the cross on Good Friday. But that's why Easter is such a big deal, because Paul in the Bible, he said, if Christ wasn't resurrected, if he didn't overcome death, right, this big idea for today, if he didn't do that, then we're wasting our time. And so we can take hope in that. And so that's all we have for you guys today for Calvary Kids Live. We are so grateful that you joined us today, and I look forward to seeing you next week right here at Calvary Kids Online. All right, I will see you guys later. Have a good week.